Well, the time has come to announce the winner of the Snowbird contest and a $75 store credit from TapeBrothers.com and $75 cash prize from Rob Mackenzie. The point of these contests, as always, is to stimulate innovation and share ideas, not necessarily just to beat each other. I have a really hard time as a judge picking one of these as the winner, as each and every one of these planes has something to learn from. But here are a few of the favorites we'll have a look at, and then I'll announce the winner. Here was the Snow Angel by Mr. C.C. MOUNTAINSNOWFLYER, which I think has stood a really good chance of winning as the all-around best plane. However, it did not meet the contest requirements of doing 3 takeoffs and landings, unfortunately due to an electronics complication.
I made them out of this aluminum material I got from Lowe's.
It's a real shame because this plane has so much going for it.
Which is about another...
That's No Goose, or That's No Goose, makes good use of airfoils for the landing skis.
You can see here, this slides out. The fuselage cracked in half right where the hatch was, so I wanted to make it stronger this time around.
I agree, it does kind of look like a goose, but it handles remarkably well on the ground and in the air. The Armin AirSled embraces every component of the experimental airline's building techniques and is built from the ground up to operate from snow.
As you can see, it leaves behind a clear packing tape with an overlay of red tape. Now it's got
really nice graphics and represents the Canadian Air Force exhibition team, the actual Snowbirds.
Here we have the Armin wing and main body cord and cut it in half.
One thing we liked a lot about this builder is the detail he went into in his video about how he constructed the planes and the techniques he used to allow it to operate so well from the snow.
In the back, and then glue it in place on the back. And that's going to strengthen that area up, as it's going to be the look. This is using Ed's technique for finishing edges, and that's just run a bead of glue down this paper and fold it over.
It's styled very nicely and flies phenomenally well.
Control rod is going to go down.
If I had only one wish, is that it looked a little bit more like a scale airplane. But I cannot argue with the fact that it does exactly what it was intended to do extremely well, operating off of the snow.
The tail is reinforced with carbon fiber rods. And then I built
the Northwind makes really good use of the boat hull type fuselage for operating off snow, and it looks really solid from that respect.
Packing tape to give it a nice smooth surface.
Hey.
The tail-mounted tractor motor certainly is the most unique layout in this particular contest and keeps the power plant well clear of the snow, which is a good idea. This flight was a little bumpy due to the wind that day, but the operation from the snow was perfect.
Competition.
The XA Snowbird has a pretty standard ski type layout with a T-tail, pretty elaborate foam board landing skis. They worked a little bit suboptimally off the snow. The plane nosed in a couple of times. Excellent use of experimental airlines building techniques and a good tour around the plane, and extra bonus of the swappable fuselage design.
Third spar.
This builder also did go into some good detail on the build so that the rest of us might consider replicating this plane.
3 inches at the bottom with a little taper here. And if I operate the rudder servo, you can see that
the Snowmad, in my opinion, is the most scale-looking plane in the contest, and from a distance, if I didn't know better, I might mistake this for a real full-size plane.
And so on, at the Scratch Build Foam Board University page in the RC Groups forum, and I've got a link to that page in the description of this video, and you can check that out there. So first of all, we'll show the 3 takeoffs and landings, and then there's a short flight video.
The twin motors are cool, and the operations off the snow and ice were pretty immaculate. The one thing this video was a little short on were the build details and the tour around the plane, and it left me wanting to know exactly how the skis were constructed and how the wing was attached and little details like that. So after agonizing and careful consideration of all aspects of the building and flying of this plane, the winner is the Armin AirSled.